I think next year is going to be a wild ride, so hang on. All right, guys. So, as you know, 2026 is only 4 weeks away, and or rather less than 4 weeks away, and things are seemingly going to get a lot crazier next year. At least that's what every YouTube channel is pretty much trying to say. They're trying to tell us that next year is going to be so crazy. A lot of things are going to happen. Things are going to get bad. The housing market is going to collapse. The stock market is going to collapse again. The Gulf Stream, that's going to collapse as well. Buildings are going to collapse. Earthquakes, all of this nonsense. Everything is going to happen next year again. Because they said that in 2025, 2024, 2023. We can go all the way back. And every year was going to be worse than the next. Every year. Now, I've done videos like that in the past, and I realized, probably this year, that none of it matters. None of it. It doesn't matter how bad 2026 or 2027 or 2028 is going to get. We just need to be ready. We can't sit here, guys, and get scared and watch all of these things. And the thing is, when the COVID plan nonsense happened, that was about as crazy as it got for us. And then, yes, there are going to be some events next year that are probably going to shake the world, or at the very least shake this country or whatever country it happens in. There are probably going to be some notable things that happen, but there's nothing, guys, that's going to rock us if we are ready. If we're ready, it doesn't matter what happens, we'll be good to go. As long as we got our things in order, we are going to be fine. All of the channels right now that are beating up next year, or bringing up next year, saying that next year is going to be crazy and it's going to, doesn't matter. Whatever happens next, we will handle accordingly. Yes, again, I said it before, I will say it again. I will continue to talk about things that could happen because they're exciting, it's good conversation. But to scare you into thinking that it will happen, and then if it does happen, you're going to die. Right? If it does happen, you're going to need to buy from my shop, my hardware store here, or my supply store here. Buy my stuff only because it's going to save you. None of that shit helps. What helps, guys, is sticking to the prepping basics. That's your food, water, medication, money, or whatever you're going to trade in place of money. Making sure your family is squared away. Making sure your health is squared away. Because listen, if you're not healthy, none of this matters. If you are eating like shit, you look like a fat bag of shit, you look like a fucking donut walking down the block, it doesn't matter. Then you're going to die a lot sooner. But if you want to be truly squared away, you want to be a true prepper, you got to square your body away so that you can outlast whatever nonsense is going to be coming our way. Because whatever it is, guys, it's definitely probably going to stress the nervous system and then make matters worse for whoever is out of shape or just generally unhealthy. You don't have to be a fat bag of shit or a round donut to be unhealthy. You could be that, I hate this term, skinny fat, and be unhealthy. You can have high blood pressure issues, whatever it is. You could square all that away naturally, for the most part. There are some people that can't, very few actually. But most people can square their health away by eating right and doing the right things. Simple. So then when a stressful situation pops up, your body can handle it. You don't die of a heart attack. Because guess what happens in the end of the world if you die of a heart attack as a fat piece of shit? You're going to lay there exactly where you felt. Because no one's going to carry your fat fucking ass anywhere. And I'm not saying I'm a skinny mini. I'm 255 pounds. I'm fairly heavy, especially for my height. But I'm in better shape than most, especially at my age of 48. The way you're going to get through whatever they're going to throw at us is to be healthier. You need to be healthy. You need to be squared away. You need not to listen to every YouTuber and get scared. Now, granted, some of these people might have decent information. Some of the information is very interesting at the very least. Take note of it. Be like, oh, okay, I see what they're saying. And that's it. To sit there and start screaming and running in a circle because they said, oh man, this is going to happen. It doesn't fucking matter. Be ready. Make sure your shit's squared away. Put more food away. If the economy goes belly up, if you got a plethora of food, you're good to go. You don't have to worry about it. If another pandemic comes our way, which it could be possible, they could be lining us up for multiple. I don't think we're going to see the bird flu jump the way they're telling us it might jump. I think they're waiting to get that arm ticket squared away first. And once they have that arm ticket squared away first, then you're going to see the bird flu turn into a big problem. Because if that does actually get off the ground, that's going to be a nightmare. But if we're ready, if we're healthy, we should be ready. We should be okay. And not even just healthy, but if you know protocol to stay away from sick people, you'll be fine. If you have to move to the middle of the woods somewhere and isolate yourself away from everybody else, so be it. But to, again, be scared and listen to these channels talking about the housing collapse, it's going to cause an economic collapse, which is going to cause a societal collapse. All right, already. Enough. It's every year it's the same shit. We can't have the same thing happen every year. Every year is another dark winter. Really, dude? Every year is the new economic collapse. It's going to be worse than the Great Depression. Now, I agree. If another economic collapse happens, it is going to be worse than the Great Depression, and it is going to be a nightmare. But we have to wait until it happens. We can't sit here every year stating that it's going to happen this year. Not every, but a lot of YouTubers, every year is going to be an economic collapse. And now I'm looking at a lot of economists that are saying we're going to see a collapse, but, and then there's like a bunch of explanations that go along with it. They're like, oh, well, it might not happen this year. It might happen in a couple of years from now. There were economists saying it was going to happen 5 years ago this year, 2025. Nothing. There were economists that said it was going to happen in 2020 as the whole COVID thing started unfolding. Yes, the economy dipped a little bit, but it wasn't Great Depression bad. That's the one we need to be worried about when it happens. But we have to wait for it to happen. Guys, getting ready is what we do. This is what preppers do. We get ready for whatever is coming our way. We're not supposed to get scared. We're not supposed to piss our pants or, switch our tampons out. So there's some guys out there that do wear tampons. You get my point, guys? We're not going to be bitches about this shit. We're going to wait till it happens, and we're going to address it accordingly. Yes, keep it in the back of your head that any of these things can happen. But to sit there and get scared and then have these YouTubers tell you, oh, why don't you buy some of my silver and my golds? Oh, why don't you buy some of my bug-out bags? It'll help. It's a marketing scheme, man. It's all a marketing scheme. Granted, some YouTube channels are trying to sell you gold and silver. I would probably go with that before buying somebody else's bug-out bag or some bullshit gear I'm not going to need. You're probably better off buying ammo and a lot of canned goods, so you can trade that as well. There's a lot of different avenues you can go. But to sit there and get scared about this shit and YouTubers tell you next year it's definitely going to happen, you never hear me say definitely. You hear me say maybe it might. There are two definites that I'm going with in regards to lab-grown meat. That's a different subject. But a lot of things might happen next year. Just be ready for whatever it might be. Other than that, guys, this is The Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.